Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to a very blank-ass canvas, better known as I haven't really thought up of anything to work on today in terms of the composition. So working from a blank, as in I have something very vaguely lined up in my head that may work, that I started thinking about approximately 10 minutes ago. So, the idea for today is, I haven't started Twitch feed. The idea for today is to work on something related to Shark Week, which I only found out about after I turned on YouTube yesterday and the SpongeBob official channel was broadcasting Shark Week as their headline for their live stream. So in terms of sharks, we go by the usual trend of what I work on often, along with the things I'd like to practice. That means that we are going to go look for a very popular IP of some kind and go from there to ride on their coattails, because I'm not large enough to do original characters. They expect me to look at it. So the current idea I have is to construct very vaguely the, how do you describe this? The frame of a aquarium tunnel. I haven't been to an aquarium in a very long time, so I'm seeing if there's any nuances on exactly how these things need to be built, but it seems like for the most part a metal frame that holds the glass in place is about as advanced as it gets. Oh, this thing's literally called it. Oh, they call it shark tunnels? Okay, that helps a little bit. Okay, so going to, I think, not really work with perspective, but we do need the edge of the tunnel itself so that we have a little bit of perspective. So we'll say that, actually, you know what? Shall we use perspective ruler? Part of this is going to be round, so I don't really want to. It's only going to be one line at most. I will just use a straight line to illustrate this. So let's just say this is the edge of the tunnel. For the most part, you'll have bits of the frame coming down. Honestly, these tunnels are quite poor, so you wouldn't really see the curvature very much in the frame itself, but let's say it's coming down like a very minimal curve like this, maybe. And well, we can see that this thing, let's say it comes through, it's got a bit of height to it and it's fixed into some surface, like, let's say not that high in terms of perspective. Let's say this is our perspective here. Let's make that somewhat parallel lines to each other. Let's just say this is kind of what our perspective is looking at. Let's just make this a little thicker as well, just so that it's a metallic frame. Just so, let me just put this up as well, just so we know what I'm looking at. Might be better if I go like this. So doing a bit of a close-up, we're basically saying that we've got this, maybe actually something that's around the height, or maybe there's a railing. We can even, if we want to give this a little bit more of a, what do you call it, constructed feel. we could say that there is parallel to this line. Well, as parallel as it's going to get to this line. And we're going to say coming out of this. Oh geez, I got hiccups. Oh, that's not good. Just took a big old swallow of water. See how that goes. I mean, for the most part, these things are just made of concrete, right? And you could... That's not it. So let's just say that there's like these handlebars or sidebars, whatever. What are these bars usually called? Or regardless, let's just say that there are two of these joints here. I will probably move them if I end up covering them with a figure here. Let's see how well this turns out for the fact that I really only thought about this for about 10 minutes. At this point, I'm actually thinking whether it'd be better to have this frame on the edge of the image instead, so that it is not going to get in the way in any way, shape, or form. That's probably going to be smarter, right? Let us move it over to here. So we're going to have the frame of the aquarium coming down like so. We're going to just bring it out at a relatively level height. Go like that, go like that. That goes to here, that goes to here, that goes to here, let's say. And let's, if we need to, we can also have some bolts in here or something that like clearly showed as bolted down. So we'll just say like, oh no, it's bolted here. That looks like a Lego block at this point, but sure, whatever, this is still a sketch. So we don't want this because this is 100% going to get in the way because it's right in the middle of the whole image. Alright, so let me see if I can do some digging around. Let's see, what is the best spot to go to here? I guess this one. Hello there, how you doing? Currently just digging for some stuff. Is there a reference sheet by chance? Of course not. Let's see. Okay, so I think in terms of what we can work with here would either be this or actually I got a couple of choices here. Let's open that, and then I guess we'll shall also open this. Why is there... Oh, here we go. From character designer, can I just snatch something from here that will be useful? I guess this will do. Just picking out some possible references. I don't need too many in terms of what I have in my head at the exact current point. Alright, so as pick one of possible candidates of Shark Week in terms of a subject. We have Gura, obviously. Probably the biggest IP we can essentially take. In terms of shark-related things, so let's be real. After taking a careful look through, there aren't that many shark-related things. The question is, do I use one of the variant costumes instead? I feel like I don't watch that many streams, but I really don't feel like I've seen this outfit before. I'm just like looking through the just looking through some wikis right now. We consider the environment that we're working with, which is a aquarium. The other choices is to go with one of the more casual outfits rather than just her base, which would include this one and then maybe this one. I mean, this is the most casual. Is there shark in here? Or shark is in here. How effective is this thing's fins? Let me have a look at this. Okay, I might do my own rendition of a small chibi style shark, but otherwise I think that is fine. I think in terms of how much real estate I want her to fill, I think ideally, do I want to go into a different layer? Let's call this back, call it environment back, environment. Let's make a different layer. Let's actually be smart about this. I think I want her to take up probably about here. I'm gonna take about 2/5 of the overall space. Do I actually want her to be level with this, or do I want to be looking slightly down? Should have really picked the hood down. Okay, screw it. Need a general idea of head shape. So well, look at this. think I might go somewhere like there. I actually want to bring this out a little bit. Widen the face a little bit more. I don't want to be looking too much to the side. I want this to be mostly forward. We can go like this. Just readjust the head size a little bit. I want the head to be slightly turned, but basically the minimal amount I can turn the head. So that means the head would be like somewhat like this, right? Her hair covers her head pretty nicely, so I don't think I need to worry too much about... that's too high up. I think I need to... This line should be more like... shouldn't be curving back in, it should be like this. That means that this needs to curve into this. Okay, then shark indeed. Pose, I think we're going to... I want to have what? The camera is, what, slightly this way is what I'm thinking. I need most of her well, the majority of her upper body. We're heading over the direction body. Maybe leaned over a little bit. So we'll say that we're going to go neck into a body that is... just like a little bit leaned over. Say chest to about here. Her body should still be 90% facing forward, so maybe this is actually a bit too turned. Actually, yeah, I think this is a bit too turned. Let's put it back. I want to go... So we want to direct the body inwards a little bit from the... So we'll direct the body inwards because we want to still point away from where we're viewing. Chest will be about here, so... a little bit leaned over. Let's bring the shoulders out here. Let's bring this down a little bit. Also, I don't know if I'll get this done within Shark Week, but the plan is to animate this, so we'll see how that goes, because recently I've been over-scoping things a lot, so that may end very poorly in terms of how quickly I like to try and push through things on stream, since I don't touch them when I'm not streaming. We want to go arms outwards. Want to have a little bit of... want to bring the hands up to the cheeks, so we want to... how far out do we want to bring the arms? Elbow should be what, like here? Want to bring the hands up to the cheeks, so go... just very quickly wireframe a hand. Thumb against the bottom. I'll just wireframe in a hand. I'm not going to draw in a proper hand right now. My sanity will definitely deplete entirely if I was to try and draw a hand at the exact moment. So we want the hand slightly turned to the side so that we're seeing a little bit of the side of the hand. But we'll just wireframe that in. And then we want to bring arm out. I need to remember that I'm not working at a particularly sharp angle here. So arm, elbow about here. Lower arm to about here. Thumb on the chin side. So wireframe in the hand here. And then let's say that's where I'm just going to mark this, so just make a note of that, and then I think we're going to go with probably a much rounder rendition of the shark, because what I want to do is to bring the fins up to the face, so we need something that's relatively round, so basically just need a ball. Can do the same thing where the eyes are in the front, honestly that's fine. Do we do the dot eyes like that, or do we go with just the like black beady eyes with the little light reflections like that, instead of doing the just like well, we'll figure that out. We'll say eyes sit about there. And we want to bring the fins up like this. More of a whale maneuver or dolphin maneuver, but we're doing this for a shark because sharks, right? How far down should these fins be? Which fins are these? Are these a dorsal? I don't know my fish anatomy. Which fins are these? Hold up. Fish parts. Let's have a look. These are not the dorsal. Dorsal's on the back. Pelvic. Pectoral. No, these should be the pectoral, right? Which one are we looking at? Yeah, these should be the pectoral fins. Pelvic fins are underneath and sharks don't have them. Do we want to turn the shark a little so that we can see some dorsal fin? Because dorsal fin, we can say, like, just comes out the back a little bit and you can't really see it. And gonna do a big ass goofy mouth. And well, we have to fold this ball of a shark in backwards. So let's say that we're just gonna go maybe. We're gonna try and keep this thing mostly forward facing, I think. Sharks have the fins that, or the tail fin that stands vertical. We can do something maybe like that. That looks a little weird. Okay, then we need to fill the aquarium a little bit. Well, stock standard, I think, for part 1 is we're going to go and do a rock formation here. Let's just say a rock that goes, I don't know, maybe it sticks out a little bit here. And we have rock here. I don't know what rock formations look like. And then we have big rock here that towers over everything else. And then it doesn't have to look like a professional aquarium. We could do more fish tank style little details. I mean, sharks exist all over the world, right? So I'm allowed to put coral in here, right? That adds a little bit of color, right? Oh dear. Can I take this image, please? Blended. Like what does like coral really look like? It's just like rocks. Like, when you look at it from the outside, it's mostly just rocks with color on them, right? I mean, yeah, you get the corals with shapes, but the majority of it actually doesn't grow that tall. Or do they, actually? Or is it just a beautiful part of human existence that has caused the coral shrink? But you get like, okay, let me just see. Let's see if we can find, do I still need these ones open? I probably don't. Okay, let's just close all these. Coral Aquarium. Let's have a look at that. I mean, these tanks are much smaller, but if we just want decoration sitting in the back, then this will do. And this is more front-facing for me to look at, so... I mean, the standard one we want is the one with, like, the little branches, right? Because that is the general image people have of coral. I mean, that's the actual coral, right? Everything else is, technically under a different name, isn't it? I mean, I don't know if I'll be particularly capable of drawing this one with the little short tubes. Honestly, if I had to draw that many tubes in one small area, I may very well end up accidentally drawing a very phallic object. Okay, we go and let's see. Just maybe pile some rocks up down here as well, right against the side. Let's say we have Green Boy here. What does this look like? It looks kind of like some kind of sprout, right? That's definitely not what it looks like. Do they have to grow on rocks? Like, I mean, they usually grow on some surface, and it's not the seabed. Is it usually? We can... Let's put our red boy over here. So this thing grows like a bulb of some kind. It's got like this little middle part, and then it's got like the rest of this bulb here. Should probably keep this more level with the fact that I'm trying to keep this all very low. We can put more rocks in the distance. We'll probably blur the shit out of these to make them less noticeable, but actually in the back here we can just be lazy. We'll just go, or actually it's not, they don't really look like that, right? Kelp is what they actually have, like leaves that go like this, right? Just like pile some in the back here and just kind of make this like background area with kelp grass. We can put a maybe we'll plop a bit of I mean, at this point I'm really considering whether to just try and draw a bunch of coral on the rocks like Corsola and just pretend they're all able to like get up and move around, because that means I just need to draw this round body under all of them and not worry about how they cling to a rock. Oh, you know what? Sponge. Sponge is very easy, right? You just go and just draw a bunch of holes into it. Kind of very vaguely, maybe draw some... Or kind of just try and draw some holes in as a bunch of lines, and it vaguely looks like sponge. We want some coral right down the middle. That's the real question right now. Because I do want some stuff at the back, probably in the back as well. So I think maybe, how do you draw the really simple fish again? It's like what, like that was horrific. You can really tell I never drew a fish like this as a kid, because I cannot do the hand action. It's not in my muscle memory. Let's say there are fish in the back as well. Here, there's maybe some wider or taller fish. Fish over here as well. And we'll also, let's say, we'll just create some things that look vaguely like mounds in the sand as well, just to break up the sand a little bit. I'll probably have to find a sand texture for this either way. I mean, if I want to be really wild, I'll try and put a one of those little ships that you see in tanks sometimes. I can't figure out how to draw a ship, but I certainly can draw an anchor. Let's pop an anchor in there. We just need to fill up the thing a little bit. Okay, question number 2 now is, do I try to texture the water, or probably might just find the stone texture and just do this, honestly. And do I need to bring the wall no, do I bring the foundation forward so that this is on the outside and not the inside? I think this has to be in the outside, right? Or has to be not visible at all, and instead it's implied to be underneath the surface. I mean, if it's titanium metals, then it won't rust, but that's not really relevant to what I'm doing. I just need to decide whether it should be inside or the outside. Are these frames made of titanium and don't rust and they can just put it inside the water? Or do I need to consider the actual logistics of this? I think I should just have it on the outside, actually. Or bring the wall out so that it's more of a foundation inside the concrete instead of the, so it's just into the concrete instead. I don't want to bring this out. I could bring this back. And then imply that this is coming outwards instead by saying that it's like this. And it's just bolted into the concrete here. In some way. Don't worry about the engineering part of it. Okay, let's say that is our basis. Okay, next. It is hoodie. What's these called again? It's not a one piece. What are these called again? Cut there. I knew this at one point. It's not overalls. Overalls is actually, I mean, it's overall style. Or go with the very simplistic and modern hoodie. I mean, this is what the most recent, I think. You know, I feel like every time I click on anything where she's also in there with the model active, it's always the more Atlantean look. Alright, do that. You can be red and you can be purple. Just so I can always quickly change these to blue. Alright, let's mess around with this a bit. Oh, I should bring the lash. Just be like that. Any like clear shot of her brow? I think it actually was one. It was one of the long. How do you do spiky teeth, Bren? Is it just exactly the same, but you just draw it jagged? Let's go. Do I need to draw all the way across? Was that actually enough to kind of define that? Still rough, just to get the general idea of the rough through so I can do a motion plan. Let's see, Hime cut. Let's go actually first define Here that curves pretty aggressively into the face, which then curves all the way past her chin. Let's bring it down to about here. This comes down from this, say, maybe about here. We want to do the front side here that is laid over the top of the front fringe part of the hair. Okay, that's not connected. I was gonna say. It's just clipped against that whole lock of hair. I haven't really decided whether I'm gonna go with this outfit either, so I don't think I should actually worry about it yet. The brow line, or the hairline comes down to the brow line, so we're just going to go ahead and... it is in, what, 3 parts, right? Because this... goes on top. I'm really just eyeballing this right now, so if it's not particularly accurate, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Then we want to bring her side here into, maybe like into her face, like right here. Okay, my wrist doesn't work this way. I know what, bring it like right in under her eye, I think. And bring it over the top, like over her head. Like this. I think we'll just go maybe straight into this piece here. So go and loop this around like so, bring this over the top. What's happening back here? Why is it... That looks like the hair is being pulled back in the way that you would if you were to tie it up. That's not just hair being pushed back behind the ear. Well, it doesn't look like the way you would picture the hair was just being pulled back behind the ear. Well, whatever, there's a lock up here coming down behind her ear as well, so we'll just work with that. So we'll bring that down, probably about here. Bring that about a little bit more, maybe. We'll bring it out to like here, maybe. We want to make this a little bit messy, so we'll go... 1 and 2. We want this to kind of be like the back side of the hair here. We want this to more or less line up with this part of the hair. We want this to curve more, so go like that and we'll go like that. Actually, no, this is supposed to go behind the ear, right? So we can have a curve out below her face and just have this curve thick around her head instead. We want to have like a more side and back view, then we'll go like this. We'll bring her headline down around that piece, but in front of the remainder of the hair. So that's just going to be where the headline is. Wait, let me just go like that, go like that, go like that. Go like that. There is a definitive cut here. This is this part here. And we've got this part coming through here. Is the three general definitive cuts here. She's looking up slightly, so we're going to just bring her hair around without showing too much of the top of the head, I think. We're showing the middle, not the top of the head, and just bring it out and around. Well, I don't want the head to be overly turned either, so we don't need to show too much of the back of the head. We want to show a little bit more on one side than the other. So I think I do want to bring this down maybe a little bit. Actually, you know, turn the head a little bit more. Our hair splits through the middle, so we'll want to make a note there. We'll just bring this upwards like that. That looks a little weird, so let's get rid of that. So her hair is being pulled in the back into the spot right about here, let's say, where we go 1, 2, 3 into a bit that is thin and sticking out through the side. Say maybe something like that, into the remainder of her hair that is about just past her shoulders, so we'll want to start bringing it like here. I think I need to widen this arm by a significant amount, but it's fine. Actually, I don't have to worry about the arm, I should worry about the hand. If going with this outfit, then actually it doesn't order per outfit. Actually, no, hers. This one doesn't have sleeves, but her hoodie also has very long sleeves. We'll work with that, but at some point I randomly made a significant decision to go with this. So I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna bring the head down. I want more neck or not. I want to go probably what about like. We don't want to be too turned, so we want just to be quite reasonable. Probably here. Let's go to the top. The hoodie goes over the top of that and curves in before we get. Try and increase the shoulder width a little bit. Okay, let me contemplate that. I'm gonna go to the toilet. Okay, then let's just make this stand up. Alright, shoulder width, I think I'm gonna have to widen it a little bit. Just wait for my disc to raise all the way up. Oh, gee, oh! Oh, wait, my neck should not make that kind of noise. Okay, so shoulder width, let's bring that out to like, yeah. I mean, shoulder width isn't supposed to be that wide though, so, ooh. Let's bring it out to about here, let's just get rid of the, around that hole now. Spring shoulder width out to about here, body still like, about here. I think more concerning is really shoulder width on this side. We don't want to turn the body too much. So bring it up to about like here. We'll bring body out like so. Which does change this a little bit. Because I want this to go... Do I want this to be more this way or not? That means her chest is what, coming down? Like that. I mean, she's basically flat, so, Am I allowed to say that? I'm allowed to say that, right? There'll be a bump, but not much, with the chest. So this will go like here, and then this will go over here. Let me direct it into here. This will go this way. This will go this way. This will turn into not into ribbon, and then this will be the remainder of hood. Then we want like a bit of a round shape, but this is what a bit rounded in that maybe. Oh yeah, I can't draw hearts. Really keep that in mind when I'm doing shit like this. I don't know why I'm so bad at judging heart. That goes over, this goes there, this goes over the top. Goes over. Go like that, over her. It's a little bit over her shoulder, and then just goes back into here. A little bit into some creases going this way. We want to bring this over her arm a little bit into here, then a little bit into here. Actually, wait, no. What am I doing? Oh, no, that's right. I want to crease this and over her arm into here. Her sleeve itself has the split here that we probably won't be able to see because we're going to put a sleeve in front of it anyway. I'm going to bring out the hoodie. Let this hang loosely off her body. And then I need to figure out how to deal with the arms now. I'm going to make a new layer. Okay, I think I need to make her hands bigger by default, but I essentially want to... What does it look like right now? I'm going to reduce the size of the eyes that I have on the original sketch regardless, but... Alright, here comes me trying to draw a hand without drawing a sketch for us. Why do I keep doing this right now? I should really draw a proper sketch. Actually, this can't be the sketch. This isn't the final version yet. Oh, wait. Was that just a disconnect? That's not gonna happen again, hopefully. Okay, then everything else survived that is running on... Actually, nothing else I'm really running, apart from the stream requires internet right now, apart from Steam. Blah, 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 blah. Actually, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to. Alright, what am I dealing with? That goes clean over. Let's say we'll bring it all the way up to about here, right? These are really wide, so we'll go like this. So I don't have to worry too much about the immediate thickness of the hand. If I keep it mostly flat and then cover it in need to direct this into an elbow. Where's the elbow go? If I go... These are like the really wide sleeve openings, right? So we'll go like this, but the actual arm itself is going out like this. How would these kind of sleeves work if they were subject to gravity? Will they still be widest at the ends? Hum, 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 hum. We have the X is on the upper arm part of the arm, so I think we can omit that. I'm gonna put Why do I keep drawing hands without sketching it out properly first? Actually, I just went wrong with that. Still rough, it's fine. Okay, let's have a look at this. Oh, this one is being planned for animation. It's not going to be traditional animation, it's going to be done in live 2D, like everything else I do. Whether it's overscaled and it's going to be finished by the end of Shark Week or not is a different matter. We're not going to think too hard about that. But I just need to get the rough in so that we can do a motion plan, because that is more indicative of whether things are going to take too long or not. Let's go. Okay, something that vaguely resembles a hand. That's fine, it's still the rough face. And we need to direct this hand. We're going to make this hand slightly bigger. We're going to make this hand also slightly bigger. Want to bring her sleeve over the top of her bottom of her hand, bring it out over the top into, where's her arm going? Her arm will be going here into here, I think. That look about right. Does look about right. And we won't see the... Actually, does she have extra both sides of... Yeah, we won't see... Actually, we'll see it. No, because her sleeve's going to be in front of it. Whoop. Actually, this side should hang, while this side should pull into her arm. Her sleeves come out really low and hoodie, so we'll bring us out to about here. Okay. Okay, one. Do I need to add any more details to just look at the rough? Maybe just the fact that there is another bit of clothing in here. Yeah, good enough. And little bits of thing hang off here. Do I need to rough out the shark? And I guess it's still the giant question of whether it should be for a shark or not. I feel like with how fat I'm making it, I should probably just do my own rendition of a shark. Actually, what defines a shark against a dolphin? Like, what's the key differences between a shark and a dolphin, so that this can't be mistaken as a dolphin or any other form of marine life? Shark, dolphin, physical differences. Tail fins of sharks, tail fins are vertical. Dolphin tail, is it just the tail and the gills? Tails, gills, and blowhole. That's the only physical differences. And I'm at an angle where you won't be able to see the tail fin very much. Alright, then. Gills. Actually, gills are more like on the side of the head, right? They'll be like here. Do all sharks have this kind of two-tone coloring where the bottom is a lighter color? It's a camouflage thing, right? Because the white is supposed to be less visible against the surface of the sea or something. So you get that grey, filmy kind of look because of the makes it harder to see against the bottom of the ocean floor or something. I mean, telling me a shark is made of cartilage while a dolphin is made of bones really doesn't help. I just need the physical differences. It really doesn't help to tell me they both have torpedo-shaped body. Is it really just the gills and the tail fin? It's almost like evolution figured out the best shape for these things and they both went down the same path. Sharks and dolphins look similar because they are both predators. They both eat fish and other animals. Glorious. Thanks, Google. So we're definitely not having the torpedo-shaped body. We're definitely having a much more round body, but let us go. Actually, wait, no. Pick another layer. Let's go shark. I think I'll bring our head down through here as well, actually. How much does her flick out? Like, that's a lot. Okay, so we need the base body of the shark, which is just going to be a round ball. Because we want this thing to look much cuter than ferocious. Bring this around. Tail fin that is vertical. Is apparently the defining feature of a shark. Gills are apparently a defining feature of the shark. And we want to make it take the same pose here, so we're going to then up. Just going to get rid of all the lines underneath this part a little bit. Oh jeez. Go! How do we do a big goofy grin on this thing? Do we just go... And then do we want to do that? Is it always around the eyes? Is that where the underbelly part of the white part of the shark goes all the time? It pretty much is. Sure. Because that's usually where the body is flattest. So we'll say we have the underbelly. Okay, so should it be some camera motion as well? So any kind of camera motion is going to be done kind of the same way that my outro animation is, well, I stream outro animation is done, where we'll just grab everything and shift it around within the 1920 by 1080 frame. We're drawing at double the size, so we're at a 3840 by 2160 canvas right now, so we shouldn't lose any quality zooming in, ideally. But let's say that we'll make our camera, let's say this is green. Let's actually say we bring camera say this is 1 over to 2 onto 3 into zoom out into 4. So it'll go 1 and then it'll go into, so this is 1, this is 2, and then 3, and some of these objects can move around as well. I think we'll also have we'll position shark here, shark start here in the first frame in front of the coral rocks. I think may want to move Gura across a little bit just to out of frame of tank frame maybe. Then in terms of the motion, we want to do the let's just make you, what can you be? I'm not using red right now, so you can be red. Actually, let's make you orange. Make you a very aggressive orange. Then, so, like rub against cheek, basically. Kind of motion. We'll go from like close into for the eyes. We'll go close and show mouth inside. I think for you we should just go bob and sway, whole thing. Hum 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 hum. Okay, that's definitely gonna be overscoped, but that's fine. Definitely not finishing this within I might finish the illustration portion within Shark Week, but I'm definitely not finishing animation within Shark Week. Let's go. You can be red. we're not using read right now. Then we want the same kind of motion. Just rub against the cheek. That's the easiest way to explain that. We'll do the breathe motion, and then we'll go. And then our hair motion is gonna go sway this way. We're gonna do a very light sway using the center of her body. She's standing largely straight. The camera angle is a little off forward, straight forward from her, so any kind of motion will just split the hair two ways, and we'll just sway it in and out with her breathing. Is the general idea. I think for the basic loop, that's actually going to be fine. We'll do close and change on the mouth here as well to change what we're looking at there. Any of this loose enough to shake at all? It's not really, right? Everything's being held down. It's just like here. Alright, well that's getting messy now. Alright, next. You can be, what color have I not used here that I can still see? We'll use the dark as blue. So we need the kelp, that's how you spell kelp. Kelp needs to sway. I think we want the fish to just go across the whole tank. Maybe use some bits of the background to do some very cartoony kind of disappearing acts. We might add a mask in a way so that they just disappear behind the kelp and just disappear, quite literally. I think we'll also need to go we'll bubble in a couple of spots around each. Do one like behind her as well. And then we want something that's like, this is gonna be extra, but we'll have a shadow crossed over the top of her that blocks the light, and then we also need the what's it called? There's like white lines you see in the water that kind of represents the ripples in the water. Alright, Google, what are the white lines in the water called? Lines in the ocean, there we go. Windrows. They're usually parallel lines of stuff, sometimes stretching more than a kilometer. Well, either way, these foams and bubbles and seagrass and perhaps plastic, but hopefully there's no plastic inside the aquarium. Just really hope that's being monitored a bit in the ocean. Basically need these lines to ripple, and that's like kind of the light is coming down from above. How much do these lines have to be rippled? How would be the best way to do them? Probably what, singular lines on each different depth layer, right? And then we'll just say separate depth layer. That'll be a bit of an extra thing. Shadow and the ripples will be extra. Hope I can figure it out. Got like 3 sets of motion plans and the camera motion plan. That's gonna be way overscoped. Okay, Now is a beautiful time where I'm gonna stare at it for a bit and decide if this is a good idea. Basically just need to figure out how feasible everything is, right? I want to zoom this in a little bit. Actually no, if I want to zoom it in, I'll zoom it in the actual process of making animation. That's more sensible. Hello there. I think most of this should be... Well, all of this is feasible. Just means I want to include any other motions into here. And well, I need to find actual hand references and redraw the hands, but for the fact I drew these with no reference, they look like hands. So I'm gonna call that a win. Oh, there's Shock Week. Is there a problem? Basically I want to have it so that her eyes also look towards the shark in the tank. I like that. Usually show her top teeth, right? So go... So the other question when it comes to splitting the hair later for animation is how much is the hair going to turn, because that really affects how much I need to split the hair. For the most part, that should be okay. What does this look like? This a rabbit of some kind? Why does this thing look like a rabbit? You know what, I'm not gonna question it. The standard shark mouth from below. Sure, there's probably more prongs in that. Actually, no, it's not. It's actually 4 prongs of teeth. And this clips around here. We're looking at her from above, so her clip's gonna go like this. Okay, what else do I need? Probably not gonna start the the cleaner line portion for today. So, you know, draft in as many different things so that I can evaluate feasibility later. Should this be deeper? Like the actual split here. This needs to come in earlier. Go like that, and then this actually goes deeper, like quite a bit. Bring this down. Actually, press the power just looking between my sketch and her model art there, that you can tell how much squishier I make the heads. I don't draw the heads quite as long. I actually want to bring this up a little bit on that note. I think it actually is there? No, because I got the hairline coming through like here. Actually, that's fine. Mostly just a style thing at this point. Do I want to increase the missiness there? I don't really need to draw in the shape of the ear here, do I? Even though... I turned her head too much? Oh, you know, the biggest problem here? I haven't saved. I should really save. That could end very poorly for me. Let's see. How far down do we want to be able to bring some of the motion? Go on this side. Lower, maybe towards the neck area. Hmm. I try and bring the fin out. I don't know how feasible that is, just the lines I'll be working with. Hmm. You know what? Let me look inside ClipShow. See if there's any like aquarium or tank assets that I can use to deal with the background. Because I also need to figure out what the best way of doing that is. Can I not search for materials now, or do I have? How do I search? Why is this different from? Why is there no search for? Oh, here's search. Coral. .3D coral that's movable. That costs us money, so. Material catalog for coral. Why is all material catalog for coral cost a bit? That's a little unfortunate. I feel like this one-off usage of them I don't really want to pay for anything if I'm going to use it once. Not like a pin or something, which would be. Oh, there's coral. Okay, good. Actually, looking at these now, I feel like I could actually figure out how to draw these. Yeah, I probably should look up. Let's go to Google and go coral, and we want drawing. Actually, looking at it not in photos, this is actually a lot more workable, I think. It's actually, yeah, it's actually a lot more reasonable, even with the more complicated ones. Do I need seaweed as well? I mean, a couple of these things are literally just tubes. It's almost like looking at these things in grayscale really explains how to draw the depth of them. Oh, shells. Don't include shells in the tank. How visible is the tank? Which means I want to have something on the surface right here. I feel like I could just rock and maybe, or maybe I guess something here, but the horizon line of the tank should be like, what, right around here. So we have kelp forest, which is going to have to be grown on its own. Don't think it'd be too feasible to... Actually, how does swaying work in water? If there's no current, then the individual leaves won't flutter individually. They would mostly just sway with the whole structure. So those things actually just be one thing. They should be simpler as well, because I don't want to draw attention to them. The more there, just fill up the back. The schools of fish should just be shadows for the most part, because I don't want to draw attention to those either. And we're kind of cutting off the image a little bit by using the frame of the tank on that side. So it should be fine. We just rock on the two corners of the tank. That will solve the framing issue. Because basically that means that the rocks stick out behind the frame like so. Okay, I think that should be okay. Now the question is, do I want to increase the head size of Gura a little bit? That's very much the... a little bit squished down right now. Might want to just grab her head area, mainly this area, and just go up a bit. So it's about there. That actually looks closer to what it should be. The one the brows. Do I bring the brow down or the hairline down at all? I want to bring the hairline down a little bit, so let us grab this. And we will bring this down a little bit to about there. How much should I let her hoodie just loosen out? Because I want the angle to be slightly looking down towards her, so her shoulders should be further forward than her hips by a functional amount. Maybe we'll just bring this down a bit. And then do we want to just bring it straight down instead of at an angle? Remove this as the way of moving the arm around, I think, or just bring the elbows inwards. Can't do that with the shark, so leave that. But the whole tail actually shift all the way in. That's that's another question. We can actually hide the line here by having a bit of color here go over the top of this line, and then the tail actually swivels behind the shark itself. Then this part will all join together. That's fine. I just drew a line right over the top. Alright, well, regardless, I think we'll finish up here for today. I think I'll probably go forward with the general idea that I've got here. The other thing I'm thinking about is whether to just do a illustration and put it out, or see if I can get an illustration done before Shark Week's over and put that out, and then worry about the animation at a later date. The problem with that is that it also means that the general first part of the drawing would probably be just one single set of lines, and then if I want to animate it later, I'll have to will be split up and probably redrawn completely. So honestly, that's probably just going to be more work if I want to animate it later anyway. And you know, I would just draw straight into the mini parts that Live 2D requires. Okay, so anyways, we'll finish up here for today, and then I'll start lining in all of the mini parts required for the Live 2D portion of the whole thing. I'm actually deciding if I need to do at least a single clean version of her body, just to make sure I have everything proportioned correctly before I just straight go in and start drawing everything in parts, because that could end very poorly. Even though technically with everything in parts, it's much simpler to resize different parts against each other because everything's already separated, rather than trying to awkwardly cut in between the lines. I'll see. Anyway, if you want to see more of this down the line, remember to be subscribed or following to probably watch me really struggle with a bunch of coral, even though all of it can be static and doesn't require any extra manipulations of the parts. Anyway, remember to leave a like, because that helps out the stream once it becomes a video and doesn't let it get absorbed into YouTube depths and never be seen again. And I'll see you all next time.